Thank you. To everyone here today, congratulations. Thank you for inviting me to speak. It's truly an honor because I know how hard everyone here has worked to make this day possible. Congratulations to the faculty and staff of Northwest. This would not be possible without the countless things you do behind the scenes. Mrs. Dempsey, your tireless work is an inspiration. The teachers who are lucky enough to work at Northwest High School don't view this as just a job. Teaching to them is more than that. And a day like today is a reward for the long hours, the pep talks to students, and the seemingly endless stacks of papers. Congratulations to the parents for helping put together last-minute Spirit Week outfits or watching concerts and games and matches on those hard bleachers. And most importantly, knowing when to step in and help and when to watch and hope. Congratulations to you. And to the class of 2014, congratulations. You did it, and you did it in style. From sweating during late-night homecoming hallway decorating to huddling together on a freezing wet night in Raven Stadium. From an endless winter of snow days to a fast-moving spring semester filled with prom, exams, and this day. From finding your way around a building where the room numbers make absolutely no sense to driving off campus for the very last time. You did it. You have your yearbook, a few awards, hundreds of old assignments, and probably thousands of pictures on your phone to tell you what you did. Maybe not today, maybe not this summer, but sometime take a look at them. They're not just what you did, they're part of who you are. There are a lot of things that can tell you what you did, but there's only two things that can tell you what you will do: your imagination and your heart. Your imagination is the source of everything that is possible in your life. You can't do it if you don't dream it. Your heart, well, that's how bad you want it. It takes both heart and mind. You just have to figure out what it is. You may not remember. Your teachers and parents might remember that this all started back when you were a shy eighth grader who sat timidly in an auditorium during high school orientation. Can you remember that? Then you sat with barely contained enthusiasm or nerves, eager for the speeches to end and get on with it, whatever it was. Well, here you are, 4 years later, sitting in an auditorium and waiting for speeches to end. Well, settle down, because I went to a lot of websites to copy this speech, and you're going to listen. Before I start this very, very long speech, let me again say congratulations and a very heartfelt thank you to the class of 2014 for giving me the honor of being here. Look around. I mean, really look around. Freeze these views in your mind. Remember this feeling of elation, this feeling of pride. Your parents are the ones with cameras, but this is your day. Sadly, I know how many websites I copied this speech from. You're not going to remember much of it. I can't remember much about my high school graduation, except my friends, except the feeling that I had done something important that will never come again. So if you never remember anything else that is said here today, remember to remember. Remember this day, and remember the people you share it with. Some people, even at age 17 or 18, know their goal. They're lucky. They have life figured out. They want to be a doctor or lawyer or rock star, and their path is clear to them. Most of you, heck, most of us, don't know exactly what we want, but that doesn't mean you wait for your goal to come to you. Start looking with that same focused and even reckless passion that got you here today. The more you look, the more you're going to find, and that's the goal: to look, to learn, to explore. You might not know this fact yet, but life is short, but it certainly isn't small. Not if you live it right. There is the idea that whatever your job ends up being, or wherever life takes you, all that matters is that you're happy. I say be careful with that thought, because the flip side of happiness is not sadness, It's regret. There's two types of regret I want to talk to you about. The first type of regret is positive. It's doing something, trying something, and regretting it. That type of regret allows you to learn and look forward. And many times those things are done with friends. Those make the best stories. It's okay to make mistakes. In fact, it's good to make a lot of them, even big ones. Big mistakes are scary. But in retrospect, that's where you learn the most, and those are the most fun. Mistakes are going to happen. The only real rule is just don't make the same ones over and over. Remember, life is short, but it's not small, not if you live it right. And living it right means making plenty of mistakes. The second type of regret is not doing something, not trying something, and regretting it. This type of regret is painful. This type keeps you looking backwards and asking, what if? So allow me to offer a little bit of advice. Don't live an easy life. Don't live a safe life. Live a life that others will want to copy. Live a life that you would want to do over again. You might only get one chance to challenge yourself, to speak up for what's right, or to even ask that person out. Don't blow it. Don't put it off until later. All regret is directly tied to choices. Often the choice comes down to what will you do? I suggest that might be the wrong answer. The better question might be, who will you do it for? I've already talked enough about regret, so let me caution you with this. Regret over things like school and work and misspelled tattoos fade. Well, not the tattoos part, that doesn't fade. But let me tell you, regret over not helping someone, that clings to you for a long time. Instead of me giving a short, well-written speech with a tightly woven theme, let me just tell you some of the things I've learned, kind of a do's and don'ts top 10 list. Number one, don't look for what you can do. Look for what you can't do. See, if you find out what you can do, you stop looking. If you look for what you can't do, you won't find much. Just about every time you think you found it, that thing you can't do, well, that's where your imagination and heart come in. Your imagination will find a way around it, and your heart can push you through it. Number two, don't be honest sometimes. Be honest all of the time. Now, gentlemen, when it comes to answering your wife or girlfriend's question about how her clothes fit, be very careful with your honesty. What I really mean is there's freedom in being honest. Freedom to be who you are, and freedom to live life the way you know you should. Dishonesty is like debt. You can't lie your way out of it. Number three, don't avoid failure. Seek failure. If you're worried other people will notice, don't be. People don't really remember much when you fail. People don't really remember much when other people fail at their goals. The person who remembers your failures best is you. There are actually only a finite number of ways to fail. Believe me, I've been there. I've done most of them. But after you get all the failure out of the way, what is left is success. But be careful. People forget when you fail at your goals, but they will not forget when you fail them. Things count, but people matter. Number four, don't think about what job you will do. Think about how you will do your job. Not everyone will always have their dream job, but everyone can. The dream part of your dream job will not be the title on your business card. The dream part is between your ears, in your imagination. You might not have much of a say in what classes you must take or what your boss says to you, but you have total say in how you think of those things. Number five, don't save money. Invest money. It doesn't matter if you're a gajillionaire software inventor or a humble teacher looking for a raise. A salary. A salary. Even a good salary is not enough. We all have things we like to read or watch. Some of you can quote stats from the Nationals or Wizards. Some of you can tell who wore what on the last red carpet. And all of you have memorized your favorite songs. And there's nothing wrong with that. But in the future, I challenge you. Know the Dow, the NASDAQ, and the S&P. Number six, don't think of consequences. Plan consequences. When I said to look for what you can't do or to seek the right kind of regret, What I meant was accept the fact you're going to do some really dumb things in your life. And in most cases, I say go for it. It's not a curse, it's an opportunity. Do dumb things, do fun things, but do them for the right reason. Number 7, don't be your own person. Copy someone else. Find a role model and follow them. You might have to look long and hard to find that person, or you might simply need to look up and around here today to find the person that has brought you this far. I'm not saying follow them blindly. I'm saying find the good in the world, find the best in the world, and use that as your guide. Number 8, don't focus so much on your happiness. Focus on other people's happiness. Too many people are only happy when they are happy. Once you learn to be happy for other people, your happiness will expand exponentially. Think of the 10 people you are most closest to. One of them will be happy at any given time. Be happy for them and be happy with them. Number 9, don't worry about figuring out what is right or wrong. You already know what is right or wrong. Your parents have taught you well. The right choice is always the hardest one. I wish there was another way around that fact. I wish I had a magical answer for you. Heck, I wish I had it for myself. Here's the test for finding out what is the right choice. Whatever benefits others more and you less is always the right one. If there was any kind of wisdom in this speech, it is this. Always choose the harder choice in the little things and the big ones. This, more than any other, will prevent the regret that causes those painful what-ifs. Number 10, don't make a speech any longer than it has to be. In conclusion, let me remind you that nearly every day for the past 12 years or so, your teachers wrote 5 letters on the chalkboard, and then the Promethean board, every day. 5 letters. You read them too, or you were supposed to. 5 letters. SWBAT. Students will be able to what? Every day for most of your life, you've been told what your objective is. In 12 years, I don't think you were ever asked for your input on what the objective is. So I ask you now, but more importantly, ask yourself, what is your objective? Why do you want it? What will you do once you get it? Thank you. It's an honor to be here. Again, my heartfelt congratulations to everyone. You earned this day. Thank you.